What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, put it on all so you get notified of all our latest content, latest videos and everything. So without further ado, let's get into this. We're talking today about Josh Kelly versus Avanesyan. And this fight is due to take place tomorrow night. It's going to be a Sky Sports card. It's going to be also, of course, on DAZN. So this is a fight that's like 3 years in the making. It fell through, I don't know how many times. It's one of them fights where it literally came to the point where people were just like, this ain't gonna ever happen, is it? Because it fell through that many times and all that. So they finally square off. These guys finally square off. And I believe it's actually 3 years after the original date. I think this was even scheduled prior to Josh Kelly's fight with, what's his name again? Ray Robinson, that's his name, yeah. Ray Robinson, which is the fight, the only sort of blemish on Josh Kelly's record where he fought this American Ray Robinson, who is a good fighter. They fought to a draw. Many people felt that Josh Kelly lost that fight. Ray Robinson deserved to win it, and you know, I'm one of them that definitely, I think that fight could have easily gone to Ray Robinson. It's one of them that I wouldn't say it's a robbery, but I would say definitely could have gone to Ray Robinson. It was really, really close, but I'm not mad at the draw. It's one of them, it was that close. So with these two guys, you've got the reality that, look, David Avanesyan, he's fought the better competition. Yeah, he's got 3 losses on his record, but he's definitely the guy out of these two who's got much more experience professionally. I believe he's had about 29 fights. He's 26-3 from what I remember of his record. Again, mixed in good company. He has a signature win over a, albeit very old, but Sugar Shane Mosley. He was Sugar Shane Mosley's last fight, I believe. He ended his career. And he is a sort of rough and tumble guy. He's a guy that just, you know what you're going to get, straight up and down. You know, he comes in, he attacks, he's head on. He has a bit of a punch on him, not the biggest puncher, but he has a bit of pop on in his punches. And he's that sort of guy, rough and tumble, come forward, break you down, beat you up, and that's it. That's the way he fights. He's not the most sophisticated in his attacks, but he is good enough that he normally breaks guys down, and you know, he normally wins via that method of just being on the front foot and attacking. You know, he's not really a back foot guy. You know, he's a pure pressure fighter and a front foot guy. And Josh Kelly is the complete opposite. Josh Kelly is a fighter that some may call a fancy Dan. He likes to work off of his jab on the back foot. He's a flashy guy. He's an athletic guy. He likes to use his legs. He uses a lot of lateral movement, and he's a guy with bags of potential. He's a guy with a lot of potential. I think the only thing you could say he doesn't have is punching power. I don't really see him as he's not really the biggest of punchers, or at least not a natural puncher, where, you know, because I think with Kelly, I think he would have a bit more pop if he sort of sat down on his punches a bit more, but a lot of the time he's on the balls of his feet and he's not really setting himself to let the shots go. So he's doing it in a way where you're not going to get the most out of the punch. You're not going to get the most impact because you're on the balls of your feet. You're doing things on the move, and you're not really setting them up properly to get the most, to get that force out of the punches. So I think if he did a bit more of that, set himself a bit more at certain points in his fights, you would see more pop from him, more power from him. But anyway, so this is gonna be, for me, this is gonna be one of them fights where this is like the boxer versus the brawler, or the puncher versus the boxer, where we're good. I think this is going to be a straight up and down battle of the come forward pressure fighter versus the gifted, sort of skilled, more skilled, and the guy that works on the outside. And it's just going to be a battle of that, in my view. You know, who can impose their will on the other guy. Will it be Avanesyan being able to get close to Josh Kelly and just bully him and rough him up? Will he be able to do that? Or will Josh Kelly be able to stay pretty, stay on the outside, use a jab, use all of the ring, make it very hard for Avanesyan to get close? And it's going to be that sort of battle in this fight tomorrow. I think it's just going to be a matter of the come forward guy versus the guy who likes to move, and the guy who's athletic, he's on the back foot and has all the skills and all the tricks in the bag. And that's what it's going to be a battle of. And to me, in terms of my sort of prediction on this, I believe Josh Kelly wins this one on points. I think in this particular fight, I think he'll rise to this level of competition that he's facing, and I think he'll be able to do enough on the back foot, set traps for Avanesyan with, you know, Booth in his corner. I'm sure they'll have figured out a strategy where they can sort of read what Avanesyan's doing. He's not the sort of most difficult to read, but I reckon Josh Kelly will be able to sit on the back foot, bring Avanesyan onto certain shots, and you know, box on the back foot as a counter puncher. There's some who reckon Josh Kelly can stop him. I don't think so. I don't really see a stoppage coming in this fight, unless maybe Avanesyan overwhelms Josh Kelly, and maybe Kelly might get tired down the stretch or something like that. But I just reckon Josh Kelly's got enough. He's got enough ring IQ and enough ring savvy to use all of the ring, use his skills, don't allow Avanesyan to get close to him, and box his way to a 12-round decision. I think it will be a tough fight. I think it will be rough. I think it will be difficult. Much easier said than done, but I reckon Josh Kelly, he's got the skills, he's got the pedigree to be able to do this. It is only his it's only going to be his 11th fight. Both guys have been inactive for a while, so I think there will be close rounds, there will be tough rounds, there will be rounds where Kelly will have to grit it out, but overall I see him taking it home with a 12-round split or unanimous decision. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, this is MKO Pugilism, over and out. Catch you on the next one.